the key thing with diamond deposits is once you know where it is and how big it is and how many diamonds are there, getting enough diamonds to actually look at, to evaluate. And that led us to the bulk sample that we collected this summer. We've been planning for it over a number of years. To collect it, it was 2,000 tons. So about 2,500, not about, it was 2,500 megabags of kimberlite. And collected in a pretty cost-effective way. We slung out 2 excavators to the site, and then we were able to use those excavators to open up 3 different pits in areas where we know the kimberlite is close to surface, stripping away the overburden. And once we get down to the kimberlite, we're able to, in some cases, just pile it up with a shovel or rip it with an ice pick into piles, which we could then fill into the mega bags for the sample. Not a whole lot of infrastructure, just the excavators, some 2x4s to put together these cradles that the mega bags can sit on, and the strong arms of our work crew to fill these bags, which then would get secured in the pit and then slung to our laydown, which is right near the community of Naujaat. So this is actually the last bag of the program, so bag number 2,500. That's a lot of trips back and forth, but just taking its sort of 6-minute flight to get it from the sample pit to our laydown. Through most of the program, we used 2 helicopters to do this, because they were able to help us keep pace with the rate at which we were able to fill bags in the sample pits. We were able to keep the pits pretty clear by using the 2 helicopters. So, I mean, 2,500 bags is a lot. You can see that here. You can see some color coding, which breaks out the different subsamples that we have. But a key part of the program, of course, like any program, is our work crew. And I'm very pleased and proud to say about 2/3 of our work crew were local employees from Naujaat. Super important during filling the bags, but also for moving the bags from our laydown down onto the beach, and then from the beach onto the annual sea lift. So we, in September, once we got a flatbed truck into the community, over 4 days and nights, we moved those 2,500 bags down onto the beach. And like you can see here, coming up, a pile of the bags on the beach, awaiting arrival of the annual sea lift from Nunavut Sea Link and Supply. Once that sea lift arrived, it sort of starts the dance of the loaders as they would put the bags onto these trays, about 10 bags per tray, which then went on to the small barges, which then in turn would get pushed out to the main sea lift at anchor offshore. And then the sea lift traveled to Montreal, where the bags were offloaded, and then put onto flatbed trucks, where they've been driven to Saskatchewan Research Council in Saskatoon. And as we announced last week, now we're doing everything in reverse and opening up the bags to put them through a processing plant. That process just involves screening and washing the material, some crushing. The right size material goes through a dense media to create a DMS, or a heavy mineral concentrate, which will then upgrade to a hand sortable diamond concentrate to try and recover these diamonds, like we can see here. I mean, there are lots of white diamonds we know in the sample, but our real focus for this are those orangey yellow colored diamonds that we think have some real value upside, and that's what we're looking to do with this sample. So we're very similar. I mean, it's why we're kind of talking about it. It's not often that a project gets to this point where there's a big sample being processed. Gren has been through it before with Aber and Diavik, so we're kind of right on that cusp, we think, and it's important to get the story out there now of what we're doing in the lab.